Hi guys, I'm sorry if you hear a little bit of, ducks and stuff in the background. I am by a lake at the moment. So I'm just out here chilling. It's a little bit breezy. Okay guys. Anyways, me and my cousin sitting here. I brought him on the show with me today because he gonna tell you a little bit about his show that he has, his channel, because I want y'all to follow him too and stuff, because a lot of the things that I do is also with his channel. So, okay. Anyways, the reason I am here today, though, is because, the two bills are out in Florida. If you are in Florida or you have a loved one that is incarcerated in the state, I was about to say the store. It is like a store, though, because they like the products. Yes, it is.
What, the image is the product?
Yeah, this is like a store.
No, you speaking metaphorically. I was like, you can't just go up in there and get nothing.
Okay, in the state of where they take them and then we have to buy like our time with them. Like we have to pay for the calls with them. We have to pay for the video visits and stuff. So it is somewhat like a store. I don't know. I think I like that metaphor. The reason that I am here today, because the two bills are out and we're really feeling hopeful. Let me read this first part. I'm in a bunch of like prison reform and prison wives clubs. I don't really limit myself to one specific group. Anybody that adds me to a group, usually I just join, because each group has their own forums and there's different people in them, and different people means different knowledge. So I'm not going to limit myself on my knowledge. Now, I don't join a group if it is not nothing I'm interested in, but if someone sends me an invite and it looks like it's criminal justice related, yeah, baby, I'm joining. So anyways, I'm in this one group, and we have, I seen a post that says, Senator Brandis Bill 662 on prosecutor's second look also made the agenda on opening day. Good signs for both bills. So, it's the Senate bill for the second look, and we also have another bill that is in the House that is about going from 85% in Florida of your time serving to 65%. These two bills are there, but guess what? They're sitting on a freaking shelf. Like they're just sitting there. So I'm looking through the group and I see this post that says that okay, let me read these two. HB 235 gain time bill 65% with rehabilitation and education credit. Most of you live very busy lives, but you can still be a tremendous help to our loved ones. Please read the information below the links that I'm posting. If you can't call during working hours, or if you would prefer to send an email, please use the following links. These are for Representative Cord Bird, Chair, and Chuck Brannan, the third Vice Chair. Please ask them to add HB 235 to the agenda. Now, the problem is the bills are there, but they don't even have them like to be on the agenda to be heard. These bills have got to be, heard by the committee for them to progress. So it looks like if we don't get something moving now, these bills could die right there. And that is not what we want. We finally, they actually made it past where they made it last year. They didn't even get this far last year. So we definitely have been pushing, and we don't want the ball to drop now. Like, no, this could benefit all of us, all of our loved ones. This could benefit all of us. So I just need everyone to come together. This is the time. And once this time passes, if nothing happens, please don't complain. Well, I mean, you probably could, because maybe you didn't know about it. That's why I'm trying to bring you this knowledge. Please act on it. Please, anybody else you have, family, friends that can that support criminal justice reform. Florida is way behind a lot of states, and we need to catch up like quickly. So let me read the bottom of it. Okay, so the links here, I'm going to put the links in the description box. So you as well, your family members, anybody that is interested that supports criminal justice reform in Florida, have a loved one that's locked up, please, I'm going to put the 2 links. Please send an email on why you need these bills to be put on the agenda. Okay, let me read the bottom of this. What is very much needed right now regarding game time is to have Representative Hart's companion bill, HB 235, to be heard in the House. The bill must first be heard by the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Subcommittee. Currently, there are no scheduled meetings for this committee. This is not exactly good news. The best thing that we can do to advance the game time bill right now would be to email and call chair of this committee, Rep. Cord Bird, and ask him to place this bill on the next agenda. I stayed up all last night trying to email. I can't type, so that took me like basically all last night. But I got my email out. We plan to start calling tomorrow. I am trying to notify anybody that will listen to me. I got my daughter typing her email, and my cousins and whoever can, please just support this, because Florida is way behind a lot of states. A lot of states already have that 65%. And why would you oppose, and it's saying with education programs, why would you oppose that? Like, for real, right now in Florida, most of the people doing time are just sitting there doing time, which means if they're not being productive, what are they doing? Learning how to be better criminals, learning how to get over, what are they learning if they're learning nothing? If they're just sitting there with idle time. And you ever heard that idle time is the devil's playground? Like, let's get them some classes, some courses, some things that's in there. The education, the whole bill makes sense, so that when these people do get out, they can come back to society and be viable parts of society. Why would you want a person that has been in prison for years and just grown more angry at the system, that hasn't learned anything, that hasn't accomplished anything? You really want them to be just released out into society. It's best for all of us if they are rehabilitated, because most of them are coming back to your society. They are, because everybody doesn't have a life sentence. So we really need to get on this. It benefits us as a whole. For me personally, this second look bill could mean that Marchello's case could be reopened up, and all the inconsistencies, all the bad things that have happened, they can actually be seen and looked at and given a second judgment. A lot of the tough on crime laws that they had in that late 90s, early 2000s, they don't even have those bills no more. They have overturned them, saying they weren't constitutional, but they left everybody that was already like sentenced under those bills. They left them there in prison. Like, they didn't make it right for those that were already there. All they said was those that's coming cannot, fall under that, which means, I'm gonna tell you real life what's happening. Marchello is seeing young guys come in with very similar charges to him. They got way less time. They get out, and he says he sees some of the same guys come back, and he ain't even got his first chance. But think about it. They're getting out and going back. Why did they go back? Why did they come back to prison? It's not, sometimes it could be because they just don't want to change. They don't want to do better. But it could also be that there was nothing when they got out. How were they supposed to make it? There was no way to make it. They didn't have the jobs that they thought that they can find. And now we're in a pandemic where jobs are even less. Like, you think they're going to just give it to someone that's been, in prison, or if you got all the other people that's out here that don't have records. You don't know what effect that's going to play. We need these guys to be rehabilitated. We need them to get education if they can. They have the time. They got the time to get the education. Let's let them get the education and better their families when they come out. Let them be an asset to their family and to society. Everybody that is in prison is not this big bad monster you may think they are. There could be some big bad monsters there, but you can't paint everybody with the same paintbrush. And that's what Florida did. Everybody got painted with the same paintbrush. You're bad. You're bad. Go away. Go away forever. Go away for a long time. Go away. Go, 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 go. Like, there was no, like, when were we gonna rehabilitate and try to detour? Some of these guys were very, very young, and they could have been rehabilitated if they just tried. That's what these bills are about. The second look bill is saying that they could have tried other alternative, maybe other programs. In Marcello's case, they suggested boot camp for 9 months, but the judge wouldn't go for that. Like, boot camp probably could have did him good, and he still would have salvaged a big part of his life, like, for real. So once you click the link, it's gonna take you. It's one cord bird, and then the other link is gonna take you to the other representatives, where you're going to leave your email and your message. It's going to ask for your postal information, just so that they can know, like, where your representatives, and know if you're in their district or whatever. So it asks for all your information. Put your information in. Now I'm going to read to you my email that I wrote to them. To the Honorable Robert Charles Chuck Buchanan III. Okay, this is to the second one, but I also sent the same email to the first guy, which is Cord Bird. Hello, I am coming to you as humbly as I know how. The reason for my email today is to ask you to please add Representative Hart's companion bill HB 235 to the agenda. This bill is so very important to me and my entire family, but it also supersedes my family. And it is important to countless other families in this state. I have raised my now 19-year-old daughter with her father through prison visitations. She doesn't know what it is to have her father tuck her in at night, or to even attend school functions with her. Her father was excessively sentenced in 2002 when he was just 20 years old, and my daughter was just 9 months old when he lost trial. Then I would take our daughter to see her dad. It was a face-to-face, non-contact visit. My daughter would jump at a several-inch thick glass trying to reach her father. She had a look on her face like, "Why won't Daddy get me?" He was convicted completely on circumstantial evidence, and there was no tangible evidence linking my husband to this alleged crime. In his case, during this time, there were very extreme tough on crime laws in the state of Florida that now some have been overturned, such as the 1020 life sentencing guidelines that my husband was sentenced under so many years ago. In 2016, it was said that the sentencing guideline was unconstitutional, and it was admitted that it's what put a lot of black and brown men in prison, and also helped contribute to mass incarceration in the state of Florida. Furthermore, it was said that the men in the age range 18 to 25 were not fully mentally developed and could have been rehabilitated. This bill is a chance to make right and rehabilitate our loved ones before they return to society. They overturned 1020 life sentencing guidelines, but they didn't free the ones that were already sentenced under those tough crime laws. In my husband's case, nobody was shot, killed, hurt, and they don't have the alleged weapon they say he was in possession of. He was still charged with the gun, though. They sentenced him under those guidelines to 40 years. 40 years, and here we are 19 years into his 40-year prison sentence, and 21 more years to go. I wonder every day if I will even be around in those 21 years when he is finally set free. When he went to prison, he took myself and my daughter to prison with him. My husband was the breadwinner of the family, and due to him being in prison, I no longer could afford daycare for my daughter, which set me on a downward spiral because I had to work overnight and stay with our daughter during the day. I had to play the role of mother and father. It was extremely difficult to raise my daughter alone. And then the added strain of trying to make sure that my husband was safe and all right. When my husband went to prison, they sent him far away from our house. It was a financial burden to go see him, but we did all over this state, from up to the Florida, Georgia, and Alabama border, all the way down to almost being in Miami. And to speak on the phone with him and make sure he has food, it's a burden that I've carried for the last 19 years alone. This 65% gain time bill could mean that our family will actually have a second shot at being a family. Though the 9-month-old daughter he left behind so long ago is now 19 and in college, and the same age that he was when he entered this system, we still can salvage whatever time we may have left with one another. I really wanted a big family with more than one child, but due to this excessively long sentence and the lack of family programs in Florida, we were not able to realize that dream. He missed everything in our daughter's life, from first steps to first words to prom to high school graduation to my graduation this year and our daughter's graduation from college next year. It was once said that time can change a person's life. The right amount of time can change a person's life for the better, but too much time can destroy a person altogether. My husband received way too much time for an alleged robbery that they never had any evidence on against him. No weapon, no fingerprints, no tangible evidence. And the money that they said my husband allegedly robbed, my husband was never picked up with that amount of money. It seems like it was a rushed decision to justice, but that rushed decision changed 3 lives forever. So think about how many others besides us have the same type of story to tell. I spent half of my life since my husband went away as an artist, drawing, painting, and making poems and songs about what our family went through in this justice system. My daughter went through so many years of depression and anxiety and was almost unable to even get through elementary and middle school due to crying and breakdowns during school hours. Our daughter is now grown, and in 2019, she graduated on the National Honor Society in high school and on the National Technical Honor Society as a dual enrollment student in the tech school. During her senior year, I attended so many award ceremonies and, of course, graduation alone. All I could do was JPay email her dad a picture of our daughter's big moment. Please add HB 235 to the agenda so that our family and others with the same kind of story can be a family without bars separating us. I will follow up by sending you a copy of my life's work, a copy of my prison family magazine, Family United. I created this magazine so that our pain was not in vain. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, hopefully that's compelling. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you think that's a compelling email. I don't know. I talk and I don't know what type of effect I give off. Do people feel me? Do people not feel me? So let me know. Maybe it's some things I need to change up. Maybe it's some things I should have added. Some things maybe I shouldn't even said. Please let me know, because I never claim to know everything and I don't know everything. Mostly everything I've learned, I'm going to be honest with you, I learned from somebody else. And I would just like to be that person that maybe somebody can learn something from me too, you know. So thank you for your support. And if just share it. You can share this video. You may not have no family members in Florida, but you know, we're all family. We are all family because we're all in the United States of, you know, together. We're here together. I was about to say United States of Florida. United States of America together. So we are family. So if you don't have anybody directly affected by Florida, you got me. I'm being directly affected. Like, for real. But if you don't, just share the video. You never know who might see it. It may be one of my fellow Floridians that sees my video once you share it. Thank you so much. And I'm going to end this video out with my cousin. He is the D Almighty Mac.
D_Almighty.
Let's get that right. He
Mac.
is D_, say it again.
D_Almighty_Mac. MAC.